Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Today, we are going to decode the absolute simplest, most foundational step to transforming your fitness levels, and we're going to do it without all that usual overwhelm that comes with starting a new routine. You know, if you've ever felt completely paralyzed by the sheer amount of fitness advice out there on the internet, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to strip all the noise away and just focus on the one single variable that actually guarantees success.
It's a question we all think we know the answer to, right? What is the actual first step to fitness? Usually, the second we decide to get in shape, we instantly complicate the whole shebang. We start researching these crazy 5-day split routines, we stress over the perfect macronutrient ratios, we drop a ton of money on new gear, and we obsess over whether we should be doing high-intensity intervals or steady-state cardio. Basically, we build this massive mountain of tasks before we've even broken a sweat. But the answer we are exploring today radically cuts through all of that noise. It turns out the true first step isn't about lifting heavy weights or running miles at all.
Section 1. The first big hurdle. So let's look at how we initially frame this challenge.
If you have made the decision to transform your fitness, your very first hurdle actually isn't a physical challenge, it's a purely logistical one. The absolute core rule is this. The first step is to simply show up daily at the decided time no matter what. That's literally it. Crossing the threshold of those gym doors is the definitive first hurdle. It's not about how much you lift when you finally get inside, it's just about the geographical act of relocating your body from your comfy couch to the gym at the exact time you promised yourself you would. You're just honoring a commitment to a specific time and a specific place.
Section 2. Presence before progress. And honestly, this is where the strategy gets incredibly relieving.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the profound psychological relief it offers. Look at this approach. Let's not worry about what you do in the gym for the first few days. You are explicitly given permission to just be present. If you decided to spend 1 hour daily in the gym, your one and only job is to just be there for that hour. For those first few days, the pressure to perform is completely off the table. You can walk on the treadmill at a snail's pace, you can do some light stretching, or just casually walk around. The whole goal is just establishing the physical habit of occupying that space.
Let's contrast these two approaches side by side because this is exactly where most people fail. On the one hand, you have the traditional method, worrying about the perfect workout. And what happens? This causes friction, it causes anxiety, and it gives you a super easy excuse to just skip the gym altogether because you think, well, I just don't have the energy for a hard session today. But instead, imagine just being present for 1 hour without compromise. By letting go of the pressure of a perfect routine, you completely eliminate the friction. You simply focus on not missing your gym time for any reason whatsoever. If you can do this without compromise, boom, you have successfully passed the first hurdle.
Section 3. The unstoppable momentum. Once you establish that baseline presence, well, everything just accelerates.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because it's a super fascinating look at human nature. It's basically a snowball effect. Step 1 is exactly what we just discussed, showing up daily and consistently. But step 2 happens entirely on its own. You look around and realize you're already there every day. You've carved out the hour. You are in the building. And that naturally leads right into step 3, where you automatically start working out correctly and seriously. We naturally fall into this mode where we think, hey, actually, if I have to be here doing this every day anyway, I might as well do it right. Your mere presence organically evolves into serious, dedicated effort.
And that dedication brings us to this absolutely beautiful tipping point, momentum. Once you're operating in that serious mode, you will inevitably start noticing the physical and mental gains. You start feeling a bit stronger, your mind feels clearer, your daily energy is just higher. And once you experience those tangible rewards, the habit takes over completely. After that point, there is literally no stopping you. The whole fitness journey transforms from this exhausting daily struggle of willpower into an automatic, deeply rewarding part of your everyday lifestyle.
Section 4. Beyond the gym. Now let's look at how this simple habit absolutely explodes into the rest of your life.
And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate payoff of this entire strategy, the spillover effect. See, this explainer isn't just about getting a better physique. It's genuinely about foundational life success. Yes, for sure, you get the physical and mental gains from the gym. But showing up and being present to honor that commitment requires you to actively resist all the little distractions around you. Doing that day in and day out builds an incredibly stubborn, laser-focused mindset. And you know what? That exact same stubborn mentality required to drag yourself to the gym is the exact same mindset that's going to prevent you from deviating from your big objectives in your career, your relationships, and your personal goals.
So the crucial point is that everything boils down to this incredibly empowering takeaway.
Everything we've discussed today, the compounding gains, the mental toughness, the physical transformation, it all rests on one single, highly manageable metric. Don't worry about crafting the perfect routine. Don't stress about your current fitness level. Decide right now to kickstart your journey by simply showing up every day. Make the logistics your absolute one and only priority.
Which leaves us with one final, pretty important thought. You now know the secret isn't some complex scientific formula. It's just the simple, stubborn act of presence. The friction has been totally removed. So, will you make the decision right now to just show up tomorrow? Not to go crush a world record workout, but simply to cross the threshold and be present. Because honestly, that is the true power of showing up. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.